You might remember this from last month where we swapped the old digitizer on it. That was all fine and dandy, except for one thing. I didn't check everything during the video, and it turns out afterwards that didn't work.
As you can see, this annoying ass robot keeps telling me to press the ZR button to jump, and nothing's happening. So let's open it up and see what's going on. Start by taking off these 10 screws. Now it is a Nintendo console, so of course you will need your tri-wing screwdriver to get in the back of this bad boy. And once they're all out of the way, let's undo the 2 little Phillips for the battery. And with that battery out of the way, we're ready to pull up on this cover, not to yank it though, because of that little prick hiding at the back. We don't want to rip that off. And with that cover out of the way, we have already reached the button in question. And using my great detective skills, we can see this blue ribbon here just runs under the white component and into the side of the board there. Definitely looks like it's plugged in all the way, so I don't think that's the problem. So let's flip this button up. Those little grey pads there, they can come off. Sometimes they get a bit dirty, so we're going to open that up, have a look, give it a clean, see if there's anything that needs to be done there. Same material for the button pads that they use on the DS Lites, and it looks pretty good to me. I don't see anything wrong with it. No harm in giving it a clean still on both ends, just to see if it helps. I'm going to use a little bit of a 99% IPA here. Give that a scrub. And same on the little membraney paddy bit. Yeah, a little bit of stuff came off. Just make sure you can push on it and there's no cracks around the edge either, because that can cause problems too. I'm going to put that back in and give it another test, see if the robot's happy with me this time. Here we go. Ah, you prick, that stupid robot's going to tell me off again. Yeah, alright, let's open it back up. So I picked up a set online, affiliate links down below if you need a pair. This cost me $10 posted all the way down to me in the land of the Oz. A little bit of dirt in them because I opted for the genuine ones that have been pulled from an old gamepad. There was the option of buying a brand new Flex, but I figured this would be slightly easier so I don't have to stick it to the, well, remove the old one and stick the new one on. We'll unplug that one and a couple of little Phillips head screws, and this thing will hopefully just pop out. Just got to remove that little wire at the same time, and I think this thing's all ready to come out. Oh yeah, there we go, nice and easy. Pretty simple.
Yay! Before we get that swapped over all the way, quick word from our sponsor, PCBWay.
They offer precision PCB manufacturing, fast turnaround times, and prices that won't break the bank. From prototypes to full-scale production, they've got you covered. Need assembly services or advanced options like flex PCBs? No problem. Plus, their expert support team is ready to help you every step of the way. Join the global community of innovators who trust PCBWay, or head on over to their web store where you can find fantastic deals on tools, toys, and merch. Just like these little PCBs here, which are literally just 1 cent. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can check them out for yourself. Okay, so I've cleaned out the gamer gunk from this new assembly, and it's just a case of fitting it around that joystick assembly. And once it's down, just like that, we can screw it back in, nice and easy. Put our little rubber membranes back on. Once they're on, give them little safety tippy taps to make sure they feel like they're in the right spot. Just like I do. See? Slide the actual ZR button back in place, ensuring that you're also giving the buttons the safety tippy taps. Run our little wire back through for the speaker. This is important to make sure we're definitely putting this in straight. I mean, it was in straight last time, but there you go. You can see the inside of those tabs need to be inside the actual connector. Click her in. And just got to remember to plug that one last cable back in before we close the back cover again. After those 10 screws are back in, insert the battery cover back on. I mean, I don't need to explain this, it's pretty straightforward if you took it apart. And now let's see what happens. Mr. Robot, will you piss me off still? Zoom in. We're jumping. Woo! Look at that. Happy little jumps everywhere. Go away, robot, you annoy me. Let's make sure that all the buttons are fully 100% working, so pop the old COD zombies in, shoot that zombie in the dick a bit. God, I'm bad at this. But pressing all those buttons, everything else seems to be working as well. So I think we're A-OK with this Wii U gamepad now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Oh, god damn it. Alright, I suck at that.